Depending where you live in the world, you will face different obstacles. Obstacles ranging from weather, environment, politics, available finances, to your own mental health, gender, your age, if you are single, married, and have a kids. There is one thing we all have in common. It is the desire to create. How much you create, what you create, and how successfully, it is all in your hands. You can be stressed out, overworked, and always broke creator, or rested and happy creator with focus and direction. I just love coming to this place. Right on the lake. We actually lived here about 8 years ago that way. We had a little house facing the waterfront. That was quite an adventure. Every day you could see the lake looking a little bit differently. As you can see, we got some snow. A few days ago, I believe last week, we got quite a big of a snowstorm. We got 50 centimeters in 24 hours. That was a lot of digging out. And those are the times when you want to have your camera always handy and you want to have all your batteries charged, ready to go at all times, because you just want to head out and take photos and videos. Today is a little bit chilly, we have -10, but that shouldn't stop you from going outdoors. I know Scott was asking how do I keep my camera lens from fogging up if I'm going in and out the hot car. I don't. I just pack everything and I go out and I don't come back to the car. I pick up one location, I shoot everything I need, and when I'm done, then I leave, go to the car and head home. The way I dress up, I have double socks, double pants, triple long sleeve t-shirt, one very dry fit base. Then I have obviously this very good jacket, hat, and very strong gloves. And I have my hand warmers in the back just in case I need them, but I usually don't. If I feel cold, I just run around in a circle for a little bit and I warm up. Get that blood flowing. Get warm. For those wondering where I am located, I am in Oshawa, Ontario, Canada. Today actually we are expecting another snowstorm. Not a big one. Only 6 centimeters of snow max. That's it. Tiny bit. Who am I as a creator? Well, I'm an older woman. Not old. Hey, not old. I'm an older woman. And for those who are laughing, don't worry, you're gonna get there too. And I'm married. I've got 2 almost teenagers in the house, which are keeping me quite busy. I have been on YouTube for about 4 years now, quite enjoying the journey. I created a video which was called The Reset. It was a video where I was talking about how I was not feeling well. I was stressed because of what's happening the last 2 years, how everything was very overwhelming, and I was stress eating, and I just didn't feel well in my skin. And I also was working nonstop, and I felt like I'm overworked machine on a minimum wage paycheck. It was a mess. It was simply a mess. Travel Soul asked me a question. Is YouTube your full-time job? How many hours a week do you spend on this? How do you balance your life, work together? Well, yes, this is my full-time job. I've been here 4 years now, and I can tell you though that if the time was the same like in the past before pandemic, if nothing has changed, if there was no pandemic, I think that right now I would already have a video editor. I would not be working solo anymore. Maybe I would have a tiny little studio somewhere, who knows. I think I would be able to afford it, but because we've had this major setback and it's year 2022, the pandemic really affected everybody, even YouTubers. You know, people have less money to spend and companies have less money to invest. Definitely, it's affecting us. I call it full-time job, full-time income, because I combine YouTube income and stock photography income. If I didn't have the stock photography income, I would not be able to call this a full-time job at this level, at 120,000 subscribers. My hope is that it's eventually going to bounce back. I am pretty sure it will. Now, when I'm talking about the income, I'm talking about living here in Canada. It's not exactly cheap to live here in Canada. The inflation is growing big time. We definitely feel it. I think that if I lived in Czech Republic, where I was born, for example, with the type of income I have, I could have been pretty much okay. I think I would be okay. The first thing I changed is highly relative to the second half of the question, and that will be how many hours a day do you spend on working on the YouTube, and how do you keep the balance, life and work? I'm gonna actually add one more question to it, and I think it's from Tasty Food PK, and that will be how important it is to be consistent on YouTube and how many days should we upload on the channel. I mean, how many times, probably a month, or how many times a week? Good question. Before I hit the reset, I had a set schedule. I was uploading every Monday and every Friday exactly at 10 a.m. And I did that for 3 years. Well, no, the first year I was uploading only one video a week, and then I was uploading 2 videos a week. It was great for the channel. It was awesome for the channel, but it was not a good thing for me. You gotta look at it like it's a TV show. So when you have a favorite TV show, like for example, I like to watch Bachelor. That's the only thing I watch on TV. You are always looking forward to the next Monday, because on Monday you know they're gonna air out another episode. And when it's not airing out, yeah, I get kind of frustrated because I can't watch it because it's been skipped because of some different reason. You create a habit back in the mind of the people, because they know that every Monday they can expect new episodes, so they already start thinking about it. It's a habit, so you will have a guarantee of people coming back to watch your channel. So it is absolutely important to be consistent, maybe to have one video a week set, so people know that when they come Monday, there will be a new episode waiting for them. Every Monday, new video will be up. When I was uploading twice a week, my production of the videos is quite difficult. My videos are not the type of video when I just turn on the camera, I talk for 15 minutes and I'm finished. I can just edit and done. My videos require a little bit more than that, maybe 3 hours of talking and then doing a whole bunch of B-roll in different locations, or maybe preparation before that, studying the product, writing a script. So there's so much involved for the type of videos I produce here on YouTube. Like I said, every channel is different, every style of video is different, the production will very differ. So in my case, I was working 7 days a week, non-stop, morning till the evening, whenever I had a time. Of course, I did the stuff for the family. I took care of the kids. I did whatever was required, cooking and all that. But whenever I had a time, instead of taking time for me, having a break or anything like that, I was working non-stop. It was very overwhelming. I was very much overworked, and eventually it had to stop. So I cut that off. Cutting it off means no more 2 videos a week. That just goes to being overloaded, and it just works until you drop. So right now, what I'm doing, 1 video a week for sure, to stay consistent, because you want to publish 1 video a week. And then if I have time, I'll publish another one, or I create 1 video every second week, depending what's ready, how it is done. Ease up a little bit, relax, but definitely you need to stay consistent. I would say 1 video a week is a must. great outdoors, but I need to warm up a little bit. Another thing I changed was that I started to work on myself, the way I feel. Up till the reset, I was the super mom, trying to do everything. Everybody had to take care of, everything had to be perfect. I was exhausted. And then on top of it, whenever I was watching some kind of a news, some bad news, it was making me stressed out even more. So now I'm not watching news. I don't watch news, only the ones I have to. Like, for example, when the school is closed. There is 1 hour a day when my family can't reach me. In that time of the day, I go downstairs and that's my time for myself. It's the time to recharge my batteries, to recharge my brain, to reset. I take the time by exercising. Everybody's different. Somebody likes to read a book. I like to exercise. So I go on the cross machine for a good 45 minutes to an hour, put the music on and get the oxygen going to the brain, to the muscles, the rest of the body, and I reset the brain. And this is what gets me creative. I just need the oxygen in the brain. I really need to rest the brain. With that, of course, I also changed my eating habits. I added a whole bunch of supplements to whatever my body needs. I'm not doing any diet, no keto, none of that stuff, no limits. I'm eating pretty much everything, choosing what to eat though, make sure that it's quite healthy and appropriate for my age, and definitely a lot smaller portions, multiple times a day. Now, a lot of my family members hear these days from me, if you want something, you know where to find it. You are big enough. It was time to focus on my mental health, and I can tell you that it's making a big difference. This year is all about focusing, I think, on yourself, on myself, and everybody should focus on themselves because we've been through rough times. We've been through some rough times. One of you is asking me if I'm going to be watching Olympic Games, particularly figure skating, if I have any favorite skaters. If I have time, I'll definitely be watching Olympic Games. I will definitely be watching figure skating. I don't have a preferred skater, but because I watch a lot of it and I skate myself, I know those skaters, how they perform. And I've seen them in so many different competitions. So it was gonna be interesting to see how they are doing now, how they can handle the pressure because, hey, Olympic Games. So definitely I'll be watching it. The third thing I changed was what type of videos to post. This channel is a mix of things. Majority of the videos is what you want. Product reviews, those are taken very seriously. When I get the product, I study the manual inside out, I prepare for it very well, I write a script, I make sure I don't miss anything. And those are really, really difficult videos to make, even though they seem to be easy to make. The next are evergreen videos, the tutorials, which you want, straight to the point, everything in explanations. Those are also very well prepared and written in advance, word by word. What I'm adding to the mix is these type of a vlog style videos, like the reset or this one, where I'm just gonna pick a topic, grab a camera, go to Niagara Falls or Toronto or somewhere, and I'm just gonna share the thoughts, I'm just gonna talk to you, and we'll create memories, we'll go to places, we'll have some more fun. Because even though this is my job and I need to provide what the audience wants, I also want to create memories. I also want to enjoy making the videos, and I want to look at them with you to get carried away. So those videos are not gonna be so straight to the point, but they will be here too. Once a month for now. What you need to keep in mind as a creator is that you cannot please every single person. It cannot be everybody's YouTuber, everybody's creator. That's why I have the mix of the videos on this channel. Certain type of people will pick the certain type of videos they prefer. Other people will pick other types of videos. Book sitting somewhere and it's always with me. Always, whenever I have an idea, I have some question, I want to learn myself too, or I think that would be great to make a video about, or title idea or thumbnail. I always write it down, always make notes throughout the day, non-stop. Then once in a while, once in a few days, I look at all those notes and I evaluate what would be great to make next 2-3 weeks. I make a schedule well ahead and I try to stick with that schedule. Sure, sometimes I change the topics on the go, but most of the time I already have kind of an idea what's coming up within the next 2-3 weeks. That's the creative process. Fourth thing I did was to rethink the whole business, the whole YouTube. Now that I have a little bit more time on my hands, because 2022 still will be the year when they have to be a little bit more careful with the money. The inflation is going up. So what I am doing, I cut off the services I really don't need. Unnecessary services are going. And I also changed many services for a number of reasons. For the fact that they are easier to use, or maybe they are cheaper, but also because they have way better customer service. But more on that in the future videos. I can see it is snowing a lot outdoors again, so I'm gonna go ahead and do some shoveling there. Give it a thumbs up if you liked today's video and subscribe for more. And I'll see you in the next video. Ciao, ahoj.